Welcome to Should a Dad Play, the show where dads play video games and then review them in an effort to help you determine whether or not a game is worth your precious dad time. Today we're reviewing my favorite fighting game franchise's latest game, Tekken 8. If you enjoy reviews from a dad's perspective like this, consider supporting our endeavors by sharing this video or the channel with your friends, liking the video, leaving feedback, or simply subscribing. We're just regular, everyday dads, and when we're not being as cringe as we can be, popping off with new dad jokes, or being present raising our kids, we're indulging in our hobby of playing video games and making content like this to help other dads like us maximize their time. So your support is immensely appreciated and doesn't go unnoticed. Thank you, and back to the review. First up, let's break up the story of this game. Tekken 8 continues the long-standing saga of the Mishima family, bringing new twists and characters into the mix. This installment delves deeper into the bitter feud between Kazuya Mishima and his son Jin Kazama. With the narrative reaching new emotional heights, the story is pretty well crafted, with cinematic cutscenes that are not only visually stunning, but also rich in drama and intrigue. It's clear that a lot of effort went into creating a compelling narrative that can stand on its own, even for those who might not be familiar with the previous games. However, newcomers might find the storyline a bit convoluted given the series' extensive lore. For those who have been following the Tekken series for years, Tekken 8 offers a satisfying continuation of the epic saga. The character interactions and backstories are engaging, and there are plenty of surprises and revelations to keep you hooked. Overall, the story mode provides a robust and immersive experience that complements the core mechanics of the fighting game. The story may also seem a bit too quickly paced at times for those that maybe just want to immerse themselves in that side of the game. Although for me personally, Tekken has never really been pulling me in because of its story. This is an area that may prove to need additional work down the line, primarily because of how well every other aspect of the game is. Next, let's talk about the graphics and audio. Tekken 8 is a visual powerhouse, boasting stunning character models and meticulously detailed environments. The game takes full advantage of the latest hardware capabilities, delivering photorealistic textures, lifelike animations, and dynamic lighting effects that make each fight feel cinematic. The attention to detail is remarkable. The fluid movement of the characters' clothing to the intricate designs of the stages, which all range from like neon-lit cityscapes to ancient temples, it's all great. It's phenomenal. The audio in Tekken 8 is equally impressive. The soundtrack is, in my opinion, the perfect mix of high-energy tracks that pump up the adrenaline during battles and more atmospheric pieces that enhance the story mode. Voice acting is pretty standard. It adds depth and personality to each character, and the sound effects are crisp and impactful, making every punch and kick and special move feel satisfying. Combined with the graphics and the audio, this creates an immersive experience that, again, draws you into the world of Tekken like never before. Tekken 8 mainly refines its combat system, offering a balanced mix of accessibility for newcomers and depth for veterans. This is something that, in a way, I've always felt about the Tekken series personally. For me, I've always found it easy to pick up and play Tekken to a higher level of play as opposed to some other fighting games. This is something that's getting better across this genre, but Tekken, in my opinion, excels at it. The game also introduces a new mechanic, which, in this case, it's called the Heat System. It adds a strategic layer of fighting, and it allows players to temporarily enhance their abilities. The heat system is easy to grasp, staying true to that easy barrier of entry, but offers plenty of depth for those who want to master it. The core fighting mechanics remain true to the series' roots, as well with the smooth, responsive controls that focus on timing and precision. Each character in Tekken 8 feels unique, with distinct fighting styles and movesets. This diversity encourages players to experiment with different fighters and find the one that suits their playstyle. For me, and it is probably and always will be Hwoarang. But Steve, Jin, and Brian are all close backups in case I can't play with Hwoarang in the future. The game also features a comprehensive tutorial and practice mode, which are invaluable for both new and returning players. The learning curve is rewarding, and mastering a character's moves and combos is both challenging and satisfying. Whether you're playing casually with friends or competing online, Tekken 8 offers a deep and engaging gameplay experience for all. Controls in Tekken 8 are responsive and intuitive, making it easy to pull off flashy combos and powerful moves. And the game has been designed with both casual and competitive players in mind, offering a control scheme that is easy to pick up but hard to master, as we've been mentioning throughout this review. Button inputs are precise, and the game does an excellent job at translating your actions to fluid on-screen movements. The responsiveness is crucial in a fighting game, and Tekken 8 delivers in spades. When it comes to replay value, Tekken 8 shines. The game offers a variety of modes, including a story mode, which is pretty straightforward, where you'll get all those nifty little cinematics. You have an arcade mode, which is akin to past games where you select your character and battle as if you were at the arcades. Ghost battle modes, which, again, this is one of the newer features and it's pretty cool. It allows you to battle against other players as ghosts, and then you can even download popular players' ghosts and duke it out. You also have versus mode, which is where you'll probably spend most of your time when you decide to 1v1 someone. Arcade Quest. This is an interesting spin on the arcade mode, but with your customized avatar. This is something that's pretty neat, and I think a lot of newcomers will probably enjoy. Then you also have practice mode, which is a pretty straightforward testing grounds. You have Tekken Ball, which is a cool little minigame mode, which I personally first played when I was playing Tekken 3. And then you have a robust character customization feature. This offers an immense amount of customization, and many love creating references to other franchises. There's also a comprehensive multiplayer component to this game for those of you brave enough or good enough to get on and dish out some fierce matches. The diverse roster of characters ensures that no two matches will be the same, and the game's deep combat mechanics provide endless opportunities for improvement and experimentation. Additionally, with regular updates, the game keeps feeling fresh, giving players a reason to return. Whether you're aiming to rank up online or just look to have some fun with friends, Tekken 8 has plenty to offer. I always like having at least one game from each genre installed on my console at all times, if possible, and Tekken 8 has become my main fighting game, simply because of my desire to boot it up and play it time and time again for a quick and easy session, helping me achieve my desired balance of being a present parent and indulging in video games. Now, historically, the last few entries to the Tekken series have introduced microtransactions. Therefore, we're including microtransactions in our review, as we believe if it's important enough for publishers and developers to push them out, we should equally include them in our reviews. So Tekken 8 at the time of writing this review currently includes some optional cosmetic purchases, in-game currency, and additional characters as DLC. We expect more characters if Tekken 7 is any indication of what the business model post-launch for the games are going to be like. But like a majority of fighting games, these microtransactions and DLC don't really affect gameplay, an approach that, while usually standard in the fighting game genre, is generally positive across the industry, where microtransactions at times can feel intrusive or necessary to progress, which again is not really the case here for Tekken 8 or a lot of the fighting games in that genre. All in all, Tekken 8 is a phenomenal game. It's great. In fact, us here at Dad's XP are going to review it with the score of 8.5 out of 10. It is awesome. The only little thing is that story and maybe just a little bit of the microtransaction. We'd like to see a more complete roster, less DLC characters down the line. But again, it doesn't really affect the gameplay. It doesn't really affect the core of the story. You get the full package, and in fact, it is additional downloadable content rather than necessary downloadable content. So again, Tekken 8, definitely a game you should be playing as a dad if you like fighting games in general. If you grew up playing Tekken throughout your life, even back at the PS1 era, this is a game you don't want to miss out. If you have a PS5, it looks phenomenal there. If you have any next-gen console, a PC, anywhere this game might be, give it a shot. You'll probably enjoy it. And again, it's really easy to pick up and play. With Dad's XP, again, my name's Irizarry. Until next time, bye-bye.